As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I dig it!
Hello buddy, you're watching the Haunt channel, and today what I'm making a video on is an unboxing and review of the new for 2024 Home Depot and Seasonal Visions Chucky. Now this thing is insane and it's really awesome, and when I first saw the Home Depot video of it, I had to have it. And I have seen this guy set up in the stores and he is just as good in person, so if not better. Now this guy is pretty cool, and I'm really shocked that we got a Chucky that was servo, especially for Home Depot. And, you know, it's just insane. It blows me away. But, you know, Home Depot has really, like, some, if not the best stuff when it comes to Halloween, especially nowadays. But yeah, you know, you can't go wrong with their stuff, because it's, not only is it really unique and they have a lot of servos and stuff, and it's not just about the animatronics. Like, they have really great tombstones. And, you know, of course, they have the 12-foot skeleton. They're where he originated from. But their prices are really good. This guy is only $200, which honestly isn't bad at all. And I know he's not the biggest prop, but you gotta consider he's licensed and he has so much animation in him. So I think 200 is reasonable. If this were to be anywhere else in other stores, I feel like it would be a lot more. Possibly $300 at some, but anyways, before we open this guy, let's look at his box, because he has a pretty nice looking box. We got some art here of Chucky, and it's kind of on both sides here. Let's see the scarred look here, bring him into view. Which, this look, as you can see, is from Bride of Chucky, but as you see, the actual prop here is based off the Child's Play 1 to 3, before he got all stitched up, the original trilogy. But so I don't know what that's about, if it has to be with a license issue, but if that was, I would have to imagine that they would have to make his face look like that on the prop, but I don't know. But I do know one thing: he does speak 3 phrases, and those 3 phrases are from either Bride or Seed of Chucky. Well, like I said, this guy's based off Child's Play, so not like the ones after, like Bride, Seed of Curse of Chucky, any of those. But yeah. And you can see the box is black, which gives more of a... the Bride of Chucky stuff comes in this black box. But obviously it just says Chucky here, which is like the mainstream license for them. But this is obviously based off, well, if you talk about the looks, the original Child's Play Chucky before he got his all stitched up face. But I like both looks. I have seen people customize him to look all stitched up, and I gotta say, some of those customizations I've seen have come out pretty well. But yeah, he is part of the Fears Through the Years lineup from Home Depot, which Home Depot has lineups and certain props are in them, usually like I think at least 2 a year. I forget what the other one is called, but one of the lineups is Fears Through the Years. You can also see another little art of Chucky there. And then it shows you how tall he is compared to the average person, which I think is like probably a 6-foot diagram, because he is 3.5 feet, which I will say, Chucky's not that big in the movie. I looked it up. He's a foot shorter. He's like 2.5 feet. But, you know, that doesn't really matter here because he's such a cool prop anyways. So, and at least he's not like 4 to 6 feet, because then that'd be bad. But I can live with that height. And yeah, just here's the back. Now, the box typically stands like this. However, you do have to cut it open through the side here. It's taped up. So, yep. Oh yeah, and the top just says Chucky. He wants you for a best friend, which that is a reference to the original Good Guy Dolls boxes, even though those were yellow. And I do gotta say one more thing with the box. It has all these white marks, and it looks like wear. That's actually supposed to be like that. So it looks like the box is a little beat up. So, oh well. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this guy open, and I will lay out all the parts for you. So, let's get into this. Alright, so I just cut the box open, and it doesn't really matter which side you do it on, because both sides are taped the same way. So let's get into this, and I will lay out all the parts here. Check these flaps down. So it is, looks like it's packed up pretty nice. So let's see what we all got going on in here. This looks like his whole mechanism, control box, his body, all that good stuff. Adapter here, which is a 3 amp 1.5. You can see it says it right there. Here's one arm. I have to go through these because maybe these are his legs. We'll figure it out, but both shoes come in separate bags. Let's check out this head, which is a pretty good size. So I noticed his eyes do look closed, which I guess we'll see how it works. A lot of them have a programming issue where the eyes don't really seem to open. But I heard if you wanted to, you could probably like get the head open and undo the harness for that or something. But I'm not going to mess with it right now. Obviously, I just want to get him set up and see how he goes. That might be something, if mine's defective like that, that might be something for the future. Here's his other arm with the bloody knife. His clothes. There's a divider in here. We have his instructions sheet, but his setup does look very, very simple, so probably won't be needing those. And then his base. So let's get this box out of here, and I will actually lay out all the parts so you can see them better. Alright, so I got all the parts laid out here, so let's go through what we have. We have one arm with the knife, the other arm is his normal hand. Both sneakers. We have his base, his head, which is really good. It actually feels like it's made out of a silicone head, which is awesome, as a lot of Home Depot props do have now, which is great because silicone is such a great material, and unlike latex, it won't dry rot, so that's very great. Here's his body with all of his mechanism, his adapter, and those are his legs there. We got his clothing, which the IR sensor is attached to. And then, not really a part, but obviously instructions are included. So let's go ahead and get this guy set up. A very simple setup, it seems like. So I'll be right back when that is done. Alright, so here he is all set up in all of his glory. And yeah, setup wasn't bad at all. And honestly, it'd probably take you like 5 to 8 minutes max. Yeah, it's because he's a small prop and it's just a simple setup. The only thing that was kind of annoying, though, is that he has, like, a little pin you slide through for the knife arm and one for the head. That you gotta slide through, like, a little hole. Like, it's already attached to them, but you gotta slide it off and then put it back on once you got them through the slot. So maneuvering that in is kind of annoying, but it's not the worst thing ever, so, yeah, you get through with it. But, yeah, he is looking awesome. So what I think I'll do now is I'll demo him. We'll go through all of his phrases, which he has 3 of them. And then I will do the full review of him. So he is in a power strip right now. So let me go ahead and turn it on.
I've had it! That's it! There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history. And I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I'm digging. Go ahead and shoot. I'll be back. I always come back. I have had it. That's it. There is a limit to how much I can take. As a doll, I'm infamous. I'm one of the most notorious slashers in history, and I don't want to give that up. I am Chucky, the killer doll, and I'm digging.
Alright, so that was Chucky. I activated him a few times, but he has the 3 phrases. Like I said, this guy is obviously based off the Child's Play version of Chucky, but those 3 phrases are from Bride and Seed of Chucky. But, you know, it's fine. I will say, though, I kind of wish he had a bit more phrases, and I wish he did have phrases from the Child's Play movies themselves and not just Bride and Seed of Chucky. But the phrases they chose aren't horrible. I just kind of wish they had more. But it's still really awesome as is. So with that being said, I guess we'll go over the actual review of him now that you saw him in action. So right off the bat, he is great. So he does have a few cons in my opinion, but they're minor. But he does obviously have more pros than cons. I will go over those cons now. So the first one is the eye blinking. So on a lot of them, I saw they had an issue where they stayed closed most of the time and like they'd blink just a little bit, but the eyes wouldn't really open. Activating mine a few times already, it looks like the eye blinking is already broken or something because the eyes are not blinking. But to be honest, I take that over them not opening at all because it's obviously better when you see his actual eyes and you see them moving around. So it's minor for me, but I just wish they got the programming a bit better on that. Another thing is, if you were to really go in depth with like the movie, like I said before, he is not this big in the movie, I can tell. He stands at 3.5 feet, but in the movie, I looked it up, like I said before, he's a foot smaller at 2.5, but that is also a minor con, because I'm not going to be a stickler and say, oh, it's not completely movie accurate, because this guy is insane with his animation. And for an animatronic like this, I feel like it makes sense for it to be a bit bigger than he is in the movie, just so you can get a better look at him and see his animation better. So I don't mind the size, and like I said, he's not like 6 foot prop height or anything, so he is fine at this height in my opinion. But yeah, it's pretty cool, his pattern on the clothes. I feel like he had a bit more in the movie, but you know, they got the patterns there, so that's that. I'm glad they had that. Obviously, he has the classic good guys logo, and his clothing is filthy. As you can see, it has all these dirt marks to add on to it, so that's fine. I guess another minor thing is it would have been cool if they had good guys written on the laces. I mean, obviously they're not really laces because they're not real. It's just kind of a pattern, but it would be cool if he had good guys written on here, so, because like they did in the movie. But like I said, that's another minor con. This guy all has minor cons. I think none of them are really serious. His clothes are pretty good. I'll turn him around here. So one thing that's kind of different is normally when these props, you know, they have the clothing here, it's usually Velcroed in the back, but as you can see, this guy just has a zipper. And so it goes all the way down to like here. So it's pretty neat. And as you can see, it hidden well. The zipper actually goes in there. Obviously, see the pattern on the clothing isn't exact, but no one's going to pay attention to the back. But yeah, he has all the basic controls, volume control. He has try me button feature. He obviously takes adapter and adapter only. I don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think he has a speaker jack from what I saw, by like an external speaker. But yeah, he does a volume control. And I didn't have his volume all the way up when I tested him just now, but I'm sure, like, I've seen it in the store, and I did test it out a little bit too myself. And the speaker, when it's all the way up, isn't that bad, so pretty good. Good quality, sound quality. I love all the detail. Definitely gives off the classic Child's Play look with the freckles and the brushed on eyebrows and stuff. His hair is pretty good. You can see it's like a wig, but it is very nice quality hair. Another minor thing I will say, and like I said, this is minor, but I wish they had it like this. His knife is in his left hand, when in the movie he's a righty. So I do wish that they swapped the knife into this hand instead. Like I said, it's a minor thing, but I just kind of wish they did that. But it's not bad. And the knife arm does move up and down a little bit. And use so many features. Like I said, it's not working, but the eyes would blink. His eyes move around all in he's completely servo. His mouth moves, and his head turns. And another amazing feature that I was shocked about when I saw in the Home Depot video, you can see, not only does he have a mouth motor, he has a motor in here, the cheeks, to make him act like he's smiling. And I will say the smiling can be kind of random when he does it, but it's such an unexpected and really cool feature, so I'm glad they added it regardless. So it is a really awesome feature, and this guy is an amazing prop, and I definitely recommend him. I got this guy early September, and by the time I film this, it's like late October, and I still see some stores have it at the sale, which is kind of surprising. But people also like to resell this guy for a lot. I'm definitely keeping this guy, but yeah, 200 bucks as is though, it's pretty good. But yeah, if you can still find him, we'll see if he returns next year, because it seems like he has a really great seller. So, and I can see why, for obvious reasons. You know, this is just because I took the one off the head, but you know, I'd take these stickers off and the ones on the shoes to make it look better on display. But yeah, and the hands are plastic, and like I mentioned before, it's really awesome. This is silicone, really great. You know, that means no dry rotting. Silicone is great, and it just is a really great material to work with his facial features. So that is very good overall. Shoes are plastic as well, and then got them foam padding to make him more lifelike, I guess. And yeah, it is amazing, very cool, and pretty movie accurate. And I will say, this guy is obviously more of an animatronic for Halloween. Sure, any licensed prop can be considered collectible, but, and I will argue to say this is the best Chucky, but at the same time, the Chucky Studios and NECA ones are still pretty cool. But those ones are definitely more of collectible props. Like, they're 500 bucks, so they're like more of collector's items. So those ones are more like movie accurate with height and stuff. But I will say, like, so this one's more for Halloween. Like, even though it can be considered a collector item, the Chucky Studios and NECA ones are like straight up collector's ones. So those ones are really cool, but they're both great in their own ways. So those are like the best. So, you know, in a sense, like, they're like obviously all good Chuckies, but in different ways, of course. So Chucky Studios ones are still up there for, I guess, movie-wise and collectibles. But this guy is just so incredible with his movement and more of a Halloween animatronic. So, yeah. Yeah. I think I pretty much went over everything. This guy is incredible. I'm so happy to own him. And his box size isn't big either, so it's pretty good for storage. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, he has ears in there, too. So, yeah. Man, this guy's incredible. But I'm pretty sure that's all I gotta say about this guy. He's awesome. So anyways, if you guys like this, I mean, I'm assuming a lot of people, I know a lot of people already have him, but you know, if you can find one you haven't had him, definitely try to get him. I know online prices are crazy when people resell these, but you can still find them in the store, or we'll see if he returns next year too. But yeah, I'm so happy to have this guy. He was a must for this year. So obviously I don't really have plans to use him in a display necessarily, but I just had to get this guy because he's a really cool license prop, and he's just cool for a collectible item, I guess, in a way, if you know what I mean, obviously. But yeah, that is the Chucky from Home Depot and Seasonal Visions, which Seasonal Visions is great with all the servos, and Seasonal Visions is just a great company overall. But yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say about Chucky here. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.